Well, hello, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back. Jiu-Jitsu 2000 here today. I'm back. I hope you guys are doing fantastic out there. In this video today, I have two bikes. This is the Honda Monkey and this is the Honda Trail. And both of these bikes are 2022 models, and I absolutely love both of these bikes. Now, my objective of the video today is to answer some questions of people. Basically, the big question is, which one do you prefer? Which bike do you like more? I'll start by talking about the mileage that I've put on these bikes so far. They're both pretty much brand new still. This one, the Honda Trail, I've got 393 miles on it at the time I'm filming this video. And on the Honda Monkey, it's got 891 miles. So obviously you can see that I ride the Honda Monkey a little more. It's been on longer trips. If you haven't seen my video, Honda Monkey Goes to the Grand Canyon, that's a wonderful video. And on this Honda Trail, it seems to be that I like this one more for going to the grocery store and around town and stuff like that. It's just a little more convenient for me. Now let's talk about the price of these bikes and the availability of these bikes. The Honda Trail cost a little bit less than the Honda Monkey. But the availability of the Trail, it's a lot harder to find than the Honda Monkey. When I was looking for the bikes, the first one that I bought was the Honda Monkey, and I had to go down to Tucson, Arizona. I live in Winslow, Arizona. So I had to drive, what is that, 4, 5, 6 hours, something like that, to get the Honda Monkey. And when it came to the Honda Trail, there was none in the state of Arizona. They had a waiting list in Tucson at the same dealership, that Muscleman Honda in Tucson. They had a waiting list of over 50 people waiting for these Honda Trails, and they only got maybe 2 or 3 a year. So it would have been a long time for me to get a Honda Trail. So I started searching other dealerships around the area to try to find a 2022 Honda Trail, and I ended up finding a dealership in Pueblo, Colorado. It was Strictly Motorsports. Both of the dealerships that I dealt with, Muscleman in Tucson and Strictly in Pueblo, both of the dealerships were absolutely fantastic to deal with. It was really important to me as a Mission 22 advocate and as a veteran. I wanted 2022 as the model year of both bikes, just in honor of Mission 22. So it was harder to get my hands on the Honda Trail. The Monkeys seemed a little easier to get. Now the speed, both of these bikes have the exact same motor. They do function a little different though. The Honda Monkey has a clutch and the Honda Trail does not have a clutch. The Honda Monkey has a 5-speed transmission and the Honda Trail has a 4-speed transmission. The speed on the Monkey feels faster than it does on the Trail. And I don't know if you're actually going faster or if it's just because it feels like you're sitting lower. So it makes, maybe you might feel like you're going faster, but the Monkey feels like a faster bike. But that takes nothing away from the Trail. It sits a little higher. You have like a little bit more height of your eyes, so your vantage point of things coming up seems to be better, in my opinion, on the Honda Trail. The Monkey, you seem lower to the ground, so everything's coming at you quicker, and maybe that's why it feels faster. I haven't taken both bikes out and ran them both at their top end against each other or anything like that, but both of these bikes have been up, 55 and past that. The Honda Monkey, when I went to the Grand Canyon, I did get it up to 64 miles an hour, I think, on that trip. And that was with me and a loaded bag on the back. And the trail, I have not been that fast on the trail, simply because I'm not out of the break-in miles yet. So I haven't opened it up, completely. I've been 55-ish and somewhere in that neighborhood, but I haven't really pushed past that. I'm still in the break-in miles. So let's talk about maintenance on these bikes. Both of them are extremely simple. The 2022 Honda Monkey does have a oil filter. That's pretty cool. The Honda Trail does not. Both of these bikes take roughly 1 quart of oil. So the Trail, I like the maintenance on it. I dump the old oil out, dump a quart of oil in, and it's easy peasy. Not that hard to do, and 1 quart of oil don't break the bank. And I kind of do the same thing with the Monkey. I do have a bunch of oil filters, but honestly, it's not that big of a deal for me personally. But yeah, it is nice having an oil filter though. Now let's talk about driving these bikes. On the Honda Monkey, you have the clutch that you're dealing with. On the Honda Trail, you don't have a clutch. So you can drive down the road with a beer in your hand if you want to, right? I'm not advocating that, I'm just being funny here. But you have a left hand that is free on the Honda Trail. I like that a lot because if your buddy in front of you, maybe his hat flies off, you can swoop down and grab his hat. You don't have to worry about a clutch, things like that. So driving the bikes, I prefer the Honda Trail. It's an easier bike to drive. It has that centrifugal semi-automatic clutch. You put the thing in gear, and as you accelerate, the clutch grabs automatically, and then you just go. So in a way, it's almost like riding an automatic. You do have 4 different gears though, and it's really nice. It's easier to ride the Honda Trail, in my opinion. Now let's talk about the tires for a second. The Honda Monkey has different size tires on the front and back. They're both 12-inch, but the front tire is thinner and the back tire is a little wider. So they're tubeless tires, which is really nice because if you get a flat or something, it's tubeless. It's easy to fix. But you cannot have like a spare tire with you that will fit both front or back. I mean, you probably could, but you might be putting a thinner tire on the back or a thicker tire on the front. But when it comes to the Honda Trail, both of the tires are the exact same size, front and rear, and they're tubed tires. So you have to have tubes and patches and stuff like that. Now let's talk about how these bikes perform in a series of different scenarios, like mud, for example. As you can see, the Honda Trail has a little mud on it. The tires being thinner, it seems to perform better when you're going through mud and stuff like that. Snow, kind of the same thing. I was able to do good on the Honda Trail. If I go through water and I'm going kind of quick, the Honda Trail gives me the ability to put my legs up in the middle because it's a step-through design. So when I cut through the water sprays out and my legs don't get wet if I don't want them to. But on the Honda Monkey, because I must straddle the bike, if I'm going to go through the water fairly quickly and these tires are a little bit wider, it seems to splash more and the potential for my legs getting wet and stuff like that is higher on the Honda Monkey. Now sand, these tires are a little thinner, so they don't like going through sand very much. But the Honda Monkey, being fatter tires, it seems to perform slightly better in the sand. Now I got to talk about something important, and I'm going to go sit on the Monkey for a second and talk about this. I had an incident, and it was before I put this milk crate on the back. I didn't have the milk crate on the back at the time. So I was riding around and a big dog came, and the big dog got right in front of me and I had to slow down. I'm holding the clutch in and the dog was over on this side. He was on my right side. And I really thought that this dog was going to attack me. For me to get the bike between the dog and me, it would have been very hard for me to step through like this to put the bike between me and the dog. It'd take a lot of dexterity in my legs and stuff like that. And it was cold that day, so I was bundled up. I had a lot of clothes on. So for me to put the bike between the dog and me and not get bit, I would have had to have swung my leg over the back. Of course, I didn't have the milk carton at that time, so that would have been an easy task. But the bad thing is, when my leg was swinging over, I would have exposed the inner part of my leg, which is my femoral artery. And that was bad. I didn't want to do that, so I stayed hugged to the bike with the outside of my leg facing the dog, hoping that he doesn't attack me. I didn't have a Cat 7 tourniquet with me at the time, so I didn't have nothing in the event that I got bit on the inside trying to swing my leg to get out of the way of the dog. I could have bled out. You know, it could have been a bad situation. And in that moment, I really wished that I had been on the Honda Trail, because I could have easily stepped through and put the dog, you know, on the outside of the bike and me. So it was really that moment when I almost got attacked by a dog that I realized that I liked the Honda Trail better for that aspect. It's easier to put the bike between you and the dog. Now, accessories for the bikes. On the Honda Trail, you can see I have this nice front rack. I got the rack on the inside. I have the milk cartons on both bikes. I have the T-Rex on the Monkey. And on the Trail, I have the gas canister on the back, which is fantastic. So both of these bikes have some accessories. The Trail, though, it seems that I've done a lot more accessories on the Trail. It seems like they're easier to find. Now, have I had any problems with these bikes? Yes, both bikes. I've had flat tires. On the Honda Monkey, I ran over a nail. It was my own fault. Ran over a nail on the rear tire. I pulled the plug kit out, stuck a plug in, pumped the tire back up, and I was back on the road in seconds. It didn't take long. When I got home, I parked the bike at the end of that ride, and the following day, when I came out, I noticed that that rear tire was low. These are tubeless tires, again, on the Monkey. Not that big of a deal. So I took a spray bottle and I put some soapy water and I was spraying around the tire trying to find out where is the leak. I thought that the leak was around the plug. It was not. I didn't get any bubbles. So what I ended up finding was the valve stem core, which is the little piece inside of the valve stem, wasn't tight. So when I took it out and put it back in, the leak was done, and that's the only problem that I've had with the Monkey. The plug is fine, it runs great. With this one, I also had multiple flat tires on the rear tire, and these are tubes, so when I would pull the tire off the rim, I mean, and just that alone, you can tell that this has taken a lot more work to get back on the road. I had to pull the tire off, pull the tube out, pull the rim, all that stuff. And when I used my tire spoons to when I put the new patch on the hole on the tube and put the tube back in and I'm putting the tire back on, using the tire spoons, no matter how careful I was, I started to notice that every time I fixed the flat, even putting brand new tubes in, I was pinching the tube. So they do make a tool that you can buy called a Baja No Pinch, but it's expensive. I'm gonna buy one probably eventually that will take away that pinching of the tubes, but it's a little harder if you get a flat on the Trail. You can't just stick a plug in and air it up like you can on the Monkey. I did invest in some of these thick tubes, so these are a lot thicker, and I haven't used them yet, but I do keep them in the back. I also have, you know, the slime in both of these bikes. Actually, I have slime, so, but as far as simplicity when it comes to tire repair, the Monkey's a little easier. They're tubeless tires. I wish they would have put tubeless tires on the Trail. It would have been nice. So let's talk about ground clearance. Clear winner here is the Honda Trail. The Monkey, I did a video where I did an overnighter where I went out to my land, and when I went down on the rocks and stuff, down the bedrock, boy, I was just scraping everywhere I went. The Honda Trail seems to not have that problem as much. The ground clearance is much better on this Honda Trail, so you can go more places. Now, safety. When you're riding the bike, which bike do you feel safe on? Both of them. They both run great. They both are very reliable. But when it comes to feeling safe out there, I feel safer on the Honda Trail. It feels sturdier or built better or bigger, or I mean, your vantage point is higher so you can see or aware more. It feels like on the trail, the responsiveness is just as good on both, but not having that clutch is really nice. But I do feel safer on the Honda Trail. Both of these are bright colors. You know, you got the yellow, the banana yellow, and the red. You can get the Monkeys in different colors. The Trail, if you're lucky if you can get one, much less trying to get other colors. So the Monkeys, you can get those in blue, red, black, yellow, different colors. So the seat comfort, which one is comfortable when you're riding it? Honda Monkey, hands down. The seat is amazing. It feels like you're sitting on a cloud. I mean, I could lay down and lay it out like a mattress and sleep on that thing. It is very, very comfortable, the seat. The seat on the Trail is firm. It's harder, but it is comfortable. But if you're gonna be on a longer ride, I would think that the seat would make your butt sore after a while on the Trail. Both of these bikes, as you can see, have a kickstand, but the Honda Trail also has a center stand. So you can pop the bike up. So in the event that you might have a flat tire, you can get that thing up on the center stand, do maintenance or whatever. So I really like the option of having a center stand on the Honda Trail, and it comes that way from the factory. The Monkey, I think you can get one, but it's an aftermarket accessory that you have to upgrade to. So the big question is, which bike do I like the most? That's a hard question to answer. I mean, the reliability of both of these being fuel injected motors, they're both 125 cc. They both have pretty much the same motor. They're both very reliable. Obviously, by the miles I've taken the Monkey on longer trips, it's taken nothing away from the Trail. I just haven't done that yet. I will say that both of these bikes, when you're on the road, everybody wants to pass you. So you got to be very good at paying attention and being able to pull off and let people around you. You got to stay very aware on both of these bikes. They're just not fast enough to be going super, super fast on the highways and stuff. They're both too small of motors to take on interstates. You can't do that. Personally, I really like the Trail better. I think that it's a better bike for what I'm doing. I'm not saying that the Monkey's not good. It's very, very good, very fun, but I don't like dealing with the clutch all the time. And I know I'm getting nitpicky on these things, but I just don't like the clutch all the time. On the Trail, you don't have to worry about that. The accessories that I've added to the Trail, you know, this rack and all these, the extra gas can, and it takes a bigger milk crate back there. I think it's just a better bike, personally. Taking nothing away from the Monkey. I wish they would put tubeless tires on the Honda Trail. That would be fantastic. The Honda Trail does have a crash guard underneath the motor. The Monkey don't. So if you're going to hit a rock or something, you better hope that you're on the Honda Trail. It seems to have a little bit higher ground clearance than the Monkey does, and the suspension feels a little bit better on the Trail. So my personal humble opinion, I like the Trail better. Again, taking nothing away from the Monkey. Both bikes are fantastic. They're both very reliable. I hope that this video helped you out. I hope you got some good, useful information out of it. Please feel free to leave your comments down below. Like this video, share this video. And until next time, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. We'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.